want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoke on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What if I'm trying to go live on Instagram and I put the phone in the holder and I think I'm ready to go and it pops out of the holder? So then I stand up and I go to the other side of the screen and I try to fix it. And I hear my own voice talking. I'm like, uh-oh, that's the 10-second timer, the 9, the 8, the 7. I'm going to run out of time. What if I miss it? That's okay. It's live. And I believe everyone here is understanding. If you're here, say what's up in the comments. I see Thurston Waffles. I see Amos. I'm taking notes. They're in the first 5 minutes. That's how it used to be, by the way. If you drop a comment in the first 5 minutes and you retweet the stream, you're entered to win 10,000 Dream. The way we do it now is you have 15 more minutes. So if you're watching with us, if you're tapping in, 15 minutes to win 10,000 Dreams. Simply retweet and drop a comment in the live chat or on the stream. So excited to be here with you guys. I am going to get my Instagram set up in a second and just bite that bullet, but let's talk about what we got going on here. Today is another episode of Dream Talk, but it's special edition, Dreamers University. That means we're going in a deep dive. We're teaching, we're going above and beyond. We're doing a little bit extra, giving you a little extra alpha so you won't want to miss it. We're going to talk about some updates in the market. What a day to host a stream. Things are kind of crazy. Prices are going down. I thought we had rate cuts. Let's talk about it. And the topic that we're going to cover here is how dreamers achieve dreams. Something you've heard before, maybe, but at the same time, it's not about if you've heard it before. It's not knowing, it's doing. You got to implement. So I'm going to tell you, and this could be your first exposure or your fifth. And we're going to take that lesson and we're going to apply it to Web3 and crypto. And that's what we do every single week. And we also apply it to what we're building, which is DreamCat. You can see it behind me, build an empire. That's what we're doing with DreamCat, the most successful cat in the world. So we will talk about this lovely cat here and why you should be a part of the community, why you should know what's going on here with this handsome cat with the black sunglasses, blue suit, and red tie. All right. So that's your overview rundown. At this moment, I'd ask, feel free to invite a friend. You see a face that you're used to seeing, you don't see them yet, invite them on over, man. Maybe they want to pop in with us. I'm going to make this title here and get this Instagram out because if I can reach one more person here, it is worthwhile. So how dreamers achieve dreams. That is Dream Talk University Special. Bing, bang, boom. We're going to go live. It's going to be unofficial views. And there we have it. It's going to be right here. Very personal. All up in my bubble. And it's done. 3, 2, 1. All right. So, excited to be here with you guys. Again, sorry to ramble. Sorry to be unprepared. Don't hate on me. But excited to see the people who are here. And excited to break down the space with you, what we see, what's going on. This topic here, how dreamers achieve dreams, is very near and dear to my heart. Why? Because I'm a dreamer. Chances are you are too. And a lot of times we get caught up in what we see and what's right in front of us, right? We react to our current circumstances, our situation. Oh man, yeah, I got a dream, but right now my bank account's low. Yeah, I got a dream, but right now, I'm working 3 jobs and maybe next year. Like, it's easy to succumb to your environment, to your current circumstances. But dreamers, they lock in on the goal, they create the plan, and they execute. And that's what I want to do today. I want to hand you the power that you are putting off on the boogeyman, on the lottery, on things that are far away and out of your power. And I want to bring the power back to you with action. So I'm excited about that. What's up, Prince in the building? But before we do that, dream and hope achievers. I don't know who you are, but welcome. That's my language. I've never seen you before. So what I want to do is let's do an overview here. I want to start with some tweets, actually. So I want to go over a few tweets from this week, kind of talk about the market a little bit, and then we'll get into the topic. Give people a few minutes to pull up so they don't miss that part. So I want to start with, by the way, happy almost Halloween. I got this little background. We won't use it much, but now I'm just flexing it to you so you can see it. Little pumpkins on the screen. All right. Yo, what's up? Flickin' if EDC. Howdy. Welcome in, man. We're going to be talking about some dreams here, how dreamers can achieve them. You're on the side cam view here, second angle. All right, so I get distracted, hard multitasker. So we're going to look at some tweets real quick. And if you can't see the tweets, the full live stream, full presentation is done on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So you can check that in the links if you want that experience. So we're going to look here at... Boom, here we go. So today, a few tweets that stood out that I just want to highlight. This is from Skeleton Key, who is a member of the Suki community, but also a member of the Dream community. Oh, you sneaky dog. Also a member of the Dream community. So we got the tweet here, Dream Solana, did decent, got some good engagement. He reshared this and said, in a Web3 full of scammers, we dream for a hero. That hero is DreamCat Solana, so undervalued. This is the kind of stuff that matters. This is when you talk about what we're going to get into, brick by brick, when you talk about that kind of stuff, that's what I'm talking about, right? You may not see it in the chat. Maybe not everyone's a dreamer 1A. But if you are going to last the test of time, time always catches up. Time will always catch up. So people can identify our reputation. They can see the work, even if you don't see anything happening. Things are happening. Right here, Web3 full of scammers. We dream for a hero. That hero is DreamCat Solana. Now, I do really like Hercules. Hello, Ibra. I do really like Hercules, but I mean, I'm not self-proclaiming Dream is the hero, but what I can say is we are doing things the real way. We are building for the long term. Extremely rare in Web3. Everything short. We'll talk more about that. So that really stood out to me. I want to highlight that. Then I wanted to show you this. It's basically Dream exemplified in photo form. Sorry if you're watching on IG, you can't see this exactly. Dream exemplified in photo form, a submission made by the man Libre. This is a very fitting picture. And shout out to Mr. Scene. He says, my number one cat holding based on today's value is Dream Cat. And if that's the case, I mean, he's got to have a fat bag of that. This is a simple illustration that I think can be proven true. It says before Dream, and it has a guy shoulders slunched over, head down. He's wearing regular glasses. And then he upgrades, blue suit, gets jacked in the black sunglasses, and he's smiling, right? I think that's a real thing. Because all of these projects are all just based on hype, based on, you know, what's the price doing? What's the price doing? If you're inside of the Dream, you're here today. This is for the transformation. This is for your life. This is to make your dream come true. Whether you have $1 of Dream, that's a tweet, by the way, in my drafts. Whether you have $1 of Dream or $10,000 in Dream, your life can be changed all the same. How crazy is that? That's what we do in Dream, right? Uplift, empower, inspire. So I loved that illustration, and I wanted to show that. So two things that stood out to me. And then we're going to take a little curve here, and we're going to look at the market before we dive in. And I promise my clickbait, my clickbait tip, my title on IG, it's not clickbait. We will do a message. We do one every week. It will help with the dreams overall. But this is a crypto combo dream talk here. So I want to show you guys, let's just talk about the market. And welcome in Bubba Gump. I'll follow you back on your main there. So here is the meme coin sector. I want to pull this up and take a look at this here. I'm just going to scoot this over. Let's take a look at this here. So we have talk about the market. We were expecting, you know, rate cuts to come in. That's kind of small. Let's see if we'll make that bigger. We were expecting rate cuts. People were kind of getting like secretly bullish, right? They're thinking, oh, you know, Bitcoin's going to start going down, maybe alts are going to start going, this, that, Zcash is going up, some movement. It's been a slow October, but surely Q4 won't fail us. And then today, if you're looking here, when we're looking at the 24-hour values, we got down, you know, Bonk down 12%, SPX 6900, 15%, Pudgy Penguins, 14%, Trump Coin, 12%, Pepe, 10%. So these are some of the major meme coins. Down a decent amount, 10, 12, 14, 15% today. Fartcoin, 18%. Okay, 10, 12. And so I wanted to look at this because it was so fitting. You know, I've been watching the charts and I'm thinking about my own convictions and my own beliefs. And maybe this reflects to you. If you're in my ballpark, we talk about cats a lot. We really believe in cat meme coins. Let me tell you, the energy for cat memes is strong, stronger than ever. I mean, it's not the least it's ever been. It's arguably like in the higher echelon of energy for cats. And it feels really good watching AI go down, knowing, hey, this is an AI, you know, this is they say all the different things, AI, gaming, meme coins, privacy coins. They say all the different elements of what this cycle will be. But the truth is the main cycle of it all is memes. But there's a caveat here, and this ties into our topic. The caveat is memes are zero or hero. Most memes go up once, down forever. Most memes go up once, twice, down forever, because the only thing driving them is price hype, which means if you see the market going down right now, what is going to take your meme up again? If this market never comes back, are your meme coins completely dead? Most likely, most of them, right? That's why you got to invest. I'm not saying believe in my strategy. I'm just saying I like to think in decades. When I look at this market, I'm not thinking, oh, if the market goes down, you know, meme coins are done and everything's over forever. No, I'm thinking about, okay, this is the first cycle for meme coins. What can last the test of time? People are sleeping on this. They think, oh, 4-year cycles, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking, let me find the Bitcoins of meme coins. Let me find the Bitcoin XRP ETH of meme coins. Who's building for a decade? Who's going to last the test of time? And I'm just going to shill my own stuff. Confidently, I can say, though, the beliefs that I have pegged on that is, one, 50-50, I don't know, but Murad's pretty good. SPX 6900. I like the chance on that. Pretty big vision, Okay, there's one. Second, there's got to be a top cat. To me, the top cat is Popcat. People don't all believe that yet. I say there's got to be a cat that rivals Dogecoin, which is 30 billion market cap. It's going to match dogs versus cats. I chose Popcat as my first. You could choose Mog or Mew or Dream. And then the third one I can say confidently is Dreamcat. Why? Because I'm building it. And I've laid out this mission since day one that we are here to build an empire. It's blocked behind me. That's why we're here, to build an empire. We want to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. That's a bold, bold ambition, but we don't just want to say that. What we're about to talk about is exactly what we're doing. So it's one thing for you to hear the goal, but it's another for you to know the intentions. And you can't do it for me. Iggy can't do it. Raylan can't do it for me. Prince can't do it for me. We can do it together, but it's all about the intention. And Dream is not based on all these other things, but it can win from them. It can benefit from them. So in the face of fear, I just thought it was a good thought to think about. You see these things going down. Can you evaluate what you're invested in? What kind of thinking are you operating under? What kind of thinking? Long-term, short-term, for now, for later, okay? And welcome in, Raylan. So, Cats of Crypto, welcome. I played the People's Coin game. I saw your logo in there today. I'm 4th on the scoreboard if you want to try to beat me. So just wanted to share that. And since we're on the topic of price, we'll skip around a tiny bit more and we'll pop over to Dream's price. We normally do this at the end, but we'll take a quick peek now. If I didn't, of course, I magically zoomed everything in on the screen. It made it unviewable. Here we go. All right. Let's bring down the big screen real quick. Quick peek at Dream. Hey, we're actually up this week. I think last week we were 58K. We're at 77K. I posted something today. We were up a little bit more before today. And that was, I don't know, we were up like 40% on the week. So, hey, how about that? In the big picture, it's just a little green candle. You can see us teetering, but we're getting better. We're getting closer. We're plugging along. Catman has our logo? Please send it to me. Never heard of it. Okay, but you guys didn't come here to know about the market. You're like, dude, Thurston Waffles is like, dude, with all due respect, I am a celebrity now. I got like 20 spaces to be in because I'm Thurston Waffles and I'm just a great conversator. No, I love Thurston, but man, this is a popular guy, I tell you. A Chad. So we know why you're here. We'll get to that. We'll get to the main event here. And I'm just taking down names. Everyone who commented so far, if you retweeted as well, that's good for the giveaway. I'm going to double check on that. But you're all here in the first 20 minutes. Fresh, I see you, man. What's up? Amos, what's up? All right. Now that we wasted all that time, not really wasted, that was real stuff, right? We'll get on to the main attraction, what I really want to talk about here. How dreamers achieve dreams. Let me tell you something. I don't know how long this is going to be. It could be a long one. It could be a short one. It is very simple. Sometimes it's too simple. And so people overlook it. It doesn't have to be 1 hour for it to resonate with you. You just need to understand. I could tell you, hey, what's really important? Belief. You got to believe in your dreams, period. I could expand on that. Or I could say just consistency, right? That's just one word. Be consistent in everything you do. If you do that, you'll be far better off. Make sure you're doing the right things. Boom, done, right? So, speed, the length of this, don't judge it. How dreamers achieve dreams. Well, as we build Dream, how do we do it? This is what's becoming clear to me. The market continues to move. Some people get huge momentum and they go up, right? They're flying, they're to the moon. Man, we should copy them. Look at them, millions. So-and-so, I've had people tell me, dude, not trying to tell you what to do, but check out so-and-so. Look, they're 2 million and they got a buddy there that literally told us like they could moon our stuff. Like they got a buddy who says he could totally pump our stuff. Check it out. Where are they now? Gone. No one in the Telegram. No, they stopped tweeting 3 months ago. I see this theme over and over. This is the greatest advantage that exists in Web3 and meme coins today. It's the thought process, the approach. Everyone is short term. Everyone is for the now. Everyone is for get rich today. That is your greatest benefit and the greatest downfall. Why? Because naturally, as human beings, you are a dopamine magnet. You seek it. You want it. You want get rich quick. Hey, I'd love it too. If it comes to me, I'll take it. But I'm playing the game with vision. I didn't sell my bags today because things are going down and go up, down, up, down. I believe in my vision. I believe in my outlet, my pathway, and I stick to it, believing in that. Do or die. That's something I believe in deeply. And because I deeply believe, it seems like a very good track to follow. Like for me, I have infinite reasons for cat season. Whether it happens immediately tomorrow or the next thing up, it's going to happen. So I'm planted, right? Well, that's the thing. Other people aren't. And so most people think they can make their dreams come true overnight. Most people think they can make their dreams come true by doing this huge burst of 3 months, right? I'm going to go all in for 3 months. I'm just going to all out. I'm going to not sleep. That's what you see in a lot of meme coins launches, right? Team no sleep, man. I've been grinding. That's not sustainable. You're going to break down. If you are chasing greatness, if you are chasing longevity, if you're chasing sustainability, a la tortoise and the hare, then you have to do something that lasts. That's why Dream is closed on Sundays. That is why some days we fill up the cup 150%. Some days like today, it wasn't very popping, 25%. But are we still getting better? Yes, we are. Have we gotten better in the last 7 days? Yes, we have, and we're still in the game. And Skeleton Key says we need a hero in the space, and Dreamcat is that hero. 19 months in, and yet it's like we haven't even started. So some people have the eyes to see. Those are called believers. We're glad to have them. But I just want to highlight that how you achieve your dream as a dreamer. You want it tomorrow, right? You're here in crypto to get rich. You're here flying around looking. Man, if I stay up every day, these traders, they show their wallets that have 800K and 1 million, and that would change my whole life. Then I could record my music and hire the producers. Then I could quit this TikTok stuff and move to America. Then I could, play guitar and jam out with my kids all day long, right? Whatever the dream is for you. So it's natural to want that, to see that. But in the process, if it all ended today, how would chasing have paid off for you, right? Because if you're chasing, you're usually always going to be behind. If it's time to get super, super excited, you're following what's already up a ton, right? Maybe you already missed the boat on that. So how do dreamers achieve dreams? The same way that lions eat elephants, one bite at a time. You've heard me say it before. Let me elaborate. But it truly is brick by brick. And don't click off on this because I want to show you how. I'm going to break it down a little bit more, but I want to show you how this is actually the game. There's lots of different things, like I said, consistency, belief, but today we're focusing on brick by brick. First, you have a dream, right? You got that dream? I named a few: music producer, get big on TikTok. So we'll use TikTok as an example because I started my TikTok 2 weeks ago. Okay, I posted on there. I got one video that got 22 likes and 10 saves. That was my win of last week. A small win because I got 5 followers. Okay, so if you're talking about TikTok, okay, you have the goal. I want to blow up on TikTok. That's your dream. Great. You could go all in, go live for a month, and nothing goes viral, and you make a penny or no money at all, and you say this doesn't work, and you give up and you quit. That's what a lot of people do with meme coins for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. There's 3 or 4 coins that are dead right now that had an issue, and they said we're going to relaunch. They're not relaunching. I'm not trying to hate. Actually, a couple of these are friends that I've seen in the space, but they're waiting. They're trying to time it, and I don't think it's a good idea to try to time the market because maybe it's here today, gone tomorrow. You can use this time to build, to get market share, to show your consistency. So, okay, if you're building that TikTok, you want to do it all and maybe you give up after 2 months or 3 months. A lot of people do. But if you know the dream, build on TikTok, all you have to do, you can't get overwhelmed about the fact of how can I get 1 million views and I only got 5? How can I get 1,000 followers to get verified and go live and I only got 1? You take it one step at a time. So what you do is you take this goal and you find actions that you can strip out of the bigger goal. And then you take those actions and you execute on a multiple of them each and every day, right? So, okay, first of all, how about 101 TikTok dream ideas? Let me think of what are ideas that can go viral. Okay. This is how I can show you like your dream is never ending. Same with Dreamcat, right? When I say we haven't even started, if we go to look at massive action plans for Dreamcat, I could make a list 56 long and you could say, okay, number 1 through 32 didn't work, but 34 is going to work. Okay. Boom, like that. So, okay, Prince, first ideas. What ideas could go viral? 34. I'll share an idea I had today, because the next idea could be the breakthrough, but you got to keep going each day. So here's an idea that maybe I'll implement for a dream. I was on a walk today and I thought of, I don't know how it came to my mind, but the lottery came to my mind. And I said, man, here's an idea. If I'm going to start creating content on Instagram more, I should buy for $2. It's $2 for a lottery mega, Powerball ticket, $2 per ticket. There's 3 drawings a week, so $6. So for $6 a week, I could buy 3 tickets. I could post my ticket every single day on Instagram, and I could say, if I win the mega jackpot, I will give 100 people $10,000, which is $1 million. If I win the $1 million jackpot, I will give 10 people $1,000. So now they can play the lottery for free just by commenting on my post, sharing it to their stories, liking it. I could gain followers. This is cheap guerrilla marketing. What if one of those tickets hits for $1 million? And that they would make news articles about that. They type me up. It would be a whole array of things. You're one little step away from making your dream come true, but you have to break it down into bite-sized pieces that you can do every day, right? So going back to you, TikTok. Okay, you got ideas. Now you got 20 different ideas. Now record content. I'm going to record, and this is a side lesson, by the way. I'm going to record 20 different videos about this one idea, and I'm going to post them all. 2 TikToks a day. Boom, 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 boom. How did they perform? What worked well? Okay, this one worked kind of well. I'm going to tweak the intro. Or I posted them. They're so-so. Now I found a new app that's free where I can edit little pictures in my thumbnail. Okay, you get better, you get better, you get better. You get the point, right? But that's not the lesson. The lesson is each day, dreamer, each day, you take your goal, each week, each month, you take your goal, you put it into bite-sized pieces, and you chip along. This week, for the dream, someone said I had good lighting. The lighting has improved some. I got that rod behind me, and above me, there are lights as well. And so this is the brightest variation. Normally we're dark. Okay, that doesn't pump the price, but that's 2 things to take the already good visual to a better level, which may get more people here to listen to this message and listen to what we have to say about Dream. Okay, cool. Another one was more of like a personal thing, but this week I was really hung up. I said I wanted to go do some streaming. I had to research all the streaming platforms. I realized the stream was lagging. I did two streams at Disney World this week, live streams. The stream was lagging. It didn't look good. I was bouncing all over. So I had to do some research. I got battery packs because my phone was dying. I got this, it's called a gimbal. It holds my phone and steadies it. I got, what else did I get? The gimbal, the battery packs, and a microphone for my shirt because the audio was crap. So that's 3 things this week. Started live streaming, leveled up those contents, got the lights better, and what we kind of maintained with Dream. We had some killer pieces of content come out. Okay, this week we got better. When you're chasing your dreams, sometimes it feels like nothing's happening. If you are only watching the dream chart, it probably feels like nothing's happening. You're looking at it and saying, man, from the outside, this thing hasn't moved in 9 months. But when you zoom out, you can say, wow, I checked in on Dreamcat recently. They dropped a PDF. They got a podcast. They're rolling back out the book club. They got their own music bot. They launched the Cat Collective Index. They're making more content now, video clips. PopCat retweeted them. Like, man, all these different things, growth. Okay, maybe it's not in the members in the community who are impatient, but there's things that are happening there. So as everyone else has already quit months ago, is already completely burned out, is already done. It may not feel that way in the community with the activity, but as far as the framework of Dream, we're doing this brick by brick building. We have not stopped. We've gotten better and better, and now we're coming in. And I talked to Bubba Gump, who said, you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Another project with Ninja Cat that's building for the long term. Brick by brick, they rolled out a stream. They're putting money into their own chart. They got different spaces that they're doing, charity stuff. So that is really the game. And that sounds simple. I could tell you 100 million more things, but why should I? Are you doing this? Have you got closer to your dream? And here's the big thing. Have you got closer to your dream in the last week? I'd like to know. Can anyone, matter of fact, if you answer this question, I'll automatically put you in the 10,000 giveaway at the end for the MVP stream. I'll add your name. I'll still keep the MVPs in there. Honestly, have you moved closer to your dream this week? And if so, how? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Have you moved closer to your dream? Please let me know in the comments. I will be retweeting this on my Genie post right now. I got a new profile picture too, thanks to Iggy. I should pull it up. You guys want to see my new PFP? It's pretty great. I can't deny it. It's pretty awesome. Look at that. Cats squared. Extra cats. So I'm stoked about that. Okay, nobody, huh? See, that was a really good challenge. Nobody has taken actions to move closer to their dream this week. Well, this is the Dream Cats community. That is the goal. That is the mission, right? So how dreamers achieve dreams. If you know what your dream is, certainly you know some of the things you have to achieve. Then you go one at a time with said goals and you break them down, right? That's what you do. And you want to do that if you're like, if you really want to challenge yourself, the goal is to do a little bit each day. But if you do something in 1 week, you're already ahead of the person who ignores everything for a month or two. A lot of people do that. Some people think about their dream every couple months and they go a whole year keeping it in the back of their mind, and it's far off. It's far off in the distance. So let's see, we got a few in here. Started on a new food. Is this cooking? Is this eating? And great food equals good health. Oh, okay. I see you're putting it out here. Okay. So your dream is to be healthy and awesome. Okay. So what I would say about this dream, Raylan, is I like it. I like the idea to get healthy. Something that would make this more, you did take a tangible action, which is good, is if you can put some form of numbers on this, right? So you say healthy and awesome. My challenge to you would be to define what healthy means to you. Because if you're trying to, I don't know if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, but let's just say you're trying to lose weight. If you lose 1 pound in the next month, you have achieved being healthier, right? It's just like when people say, man, I want more money. And so say, well, here's $1. There you go, bud. Have a good one. And you say, well, I'm not satisfied. I want more money. If you're not specific, then it's kind of a vague quest, right? So you want to be awesome. What's awesome look like to you? Super jacked is awesome. Low blood pressure is awesome. Vascularity is awesome. Feeling spry, healthy, no knee pain. Define what that is and define what that healthy is. And then when it comes to the meals, that's good. You're on the good health wave. Some people who are crazy, like if you're in the gym and you're trying to do bodybuilding, right? Let's say you start moving towards the healthier meals. You get some better food, some healthier meals. You could do a little research, and some people say, okay, what kind of, if I want to get stronger, how much protein do I need, right? So now you can measure it a little bit. Okay, the people who are trying to reach the same goal as me, they eat at least 30 grams of protein for lunch, dinner, whatever. And so now I know if I eat peanut butter toast with 3 hard-boiled eggs and 3 sausage links, I'll have the protein to make me healthy. Okay. So you already started. Good. Now the goal is, I guess, is really define that. And that's what I do with my dreams is I go to the finish line. Big, big, big dream all the way up here. How do I reverse engineer it? Step by step, piece by piece. That's edible, right? The elephant's huge. The dream is huge. My big dream, very expensive, very unsubstantiable for someone like me. It's not generally like that. But guess what? Dreamcat is a piece of that, right? Think of Dream as a whole, taking Dream to 1 billion market cap, a huge mission in itself. But all we can do is start with the idea. Hey, Dream is this idea. Let's bring it to pass. How do you launch a meme coin? How do you create a Telegram group? How do you set up a raid bot? I don't know how to do any of those things. I didn't know how to do any of those things a year ago. How do you host a podcast? No idea. Here we are. Ding dong. You see, you just got to take action. You like that? You just got to take action. You got to take a step, and step into your dream. Each day, each week, take those goals. So I can't sit up here and lie to you because I don't want to be a fraud, and it would shine right through because I'm a very genuine person. But there is something that I think is a good formula. It's called the Power List. It's taught by Andy Frisella. So what he does is he says each day, you pick 5 things that you need to do to get you closer to your dreams. It doesn't have to be crazy or you'll be overwhelmed, but it could be like things that you struggle with or wild card one-offs. So if you're trying to be healthy, it's 30 minutes of exercise today. If you're trying to read more books, 10 pages of reading today. And so you may finish this list of 5 in 3 hours, right? In 3 hours, you might be done. No worries. You don't have to burn out and go all day, all night. You can, but you don't have to because it's not sustainable. But even if you have a shit day and bad things happen, if you get these 5 things done, you're going to win. Now, the reason I said I would be a fraud is because I'm out of sync. I'm out of whack. And even out of whack, I can still win, but I'm not the best I can be. That should be the goal for all of us. That's how we can level each other up. That's how we can help each other. Bring the dreamers together. Let's have this conversation. I love hearing about this. Let's talk about it in the chat. Did you guys know to Thurston, to Raylan, to Prince, Thurston, I know you have your own community, but each day in the chat, this is something I'm trying to formulate. So maybe you want to hop in on this. I've set it up now. If you type dreamer in the Telegram community, a prompt will come up and it'll say 2 things. If you want to work out, you can say dues paid. That's one thing we say. But the second thing is each night, tell us, what did you do to move closer to your dream today? When that gets to 2, 3, 4, 5, it's contagious. But even if you guys are here, if I know what you're working on, maybe we can encourage each other now. Maybe we can hype each other up. Oh man, I'm kind of slacking today. I didn't post, but man, Raylan's been on a roll. Now he fires me up. Maybe you see mine and mine fires you up, right? So let's read a few more here. Shout out to Raylan. Prince says, I have moved closer to your dream by growing spiritually, building influence, advancing in your career, and steadily turning your vision into action. To my dream or your dream? Building influence on TikTok. Okay, here we go. I've moved closer to my dream by growing spiritually, building influence on TikTok, advancing in my career, and steady turning vision into action. Yes, Prince, this is noticeable. I've seen from a year ago, right? I checked out your page. I see how you're packaging yourself. We've talked and you're thinking, I loved your thoughts the other day. You said, yeah, I started TikTok because I want to say, how can I, make additional money? All thoughts in the right place. So now for you, since I know your goal, that's why I was picking on you a bit, right? I said, man, I learned about your TikTok. And then I said, you haven't posted since October 19th. That was I haven't checked the last 2 days. October 19th, today, that's 10 days. So when we talk about that chip away, okay, set a standard for yourself. Is chipping away 3 TikToks this week? 4, 5, 1 a day? What's the standard? What's the goal, right? And then, set up the plan. Chip away piece by piece. Because again, consistency is important. But this whole podcast, guys, just so you know, secret's out now. You know it if you know what it is. It's brick by brick. This is how dreamers achieve dreams. Brick by brick with consistency, without fail. Some days you'll feel like doing nothing. Maybe you fail an entire day. But because maybe you fail 3 days in a row, but some people fail for decades. Some people are in 20-year slumps. Some people are in career slumps and life slumps. And when you are a dreamer and you focus on your dreams, well, you know what you want. So not getting it should cause you pain. Once you identify your dream or goal and you understand, man, I looked at my, January 1st goals, and here I am a year later with the same exact goals. Still fat, still poor, still whatever it is for you, right? And that builds pain. And so that's the thing that woke me up to say, hey, I'm very, very hard on myself. To me, it feels like nothing's happening. And then when I do this, I say, okay, I got to take my own advice. I got to zoom out. Say, well, move to a new state. That's something I tried just in the last 7 days. It feels like I've done nothing even today. And just in the last 7 days, I did 2 live streams at Disney that I'd never done before. That's something. That's something new. That's a new action that can similar goal, Prince. Gotta attract dreamers, right? Gotta bring dreamers to one place. A similar goal, an aligned goal. I guess I've moved closer. And that is the goal for dreamers. While other people are logging off and waiting, maybe in most meme coins, hey, we made some content. Let's just raid. Let's just wait till the price goes up. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. But here we're applying this principle brick by brick, day by day. Now imagine this. I'm also going to shout out my man, Peanut. Shout out to Peanut. Peanut has been tweeting for 166 days in a row, shouting out Chipotle. He wants to be a Chipotle ambassador. That is his goal, right? And 166 days, no response. Wow, that's ironic. Maybe that was programmed in my mind because we have 166 views. And he has this goal. He's seen nothing yet. But the thought processes with this is keep going, keep going. What do you think if that's his diehard goal, right? If that's his all-in goal, the only matter is how long will it take until he quits or achieves? I don't want to quit at all. I told him time just hasn't caught up yet. You never know what can happen with someone. They may just say like, yeah, I believe that, but 1 year is enough. Look, that's too much for me. But just think of it and apply the same thing to dream. Apply the same thing to your dreams. Okay, yeah, 160 days. Okay, yeah, dream, 19 months. How long can you hold out? What is it to you? 2 years, 3. But what if you just really never give up? What if you continue to compound and you continue to get some of these things out of the way, and then you do actions that really make your dream possible, right? So if you're building up that TikTok, you get all the lighting, you get the tools, you figure out your topics, you figure out how to make the hooks, the things. And now once you have all that stuff done, now all you have to do is create. So now you have the whole framework. It's done. Now it's just go create. Dream is the same thing. All the pieces together. Then we go do what everyone else does. Now it's just raid, tweet, post, go on spaces, talk, go make content, go viral, do this, do that, grab attention, stack without fail. The dreamers who stick around, who believe in the dream, they just stack. This is how momentum works. This is why we'll win. If Peanut refuses to quit, I don't know what the breaking point will be. I've actually seen someone go for a year and I don't think they got anything. That's in the back of my head. Hopefully he's not here. I don't want to discourage him, but I just know though, if he goes, okay, fine, go for 2, go for 3. How bad do you want to be a Chipotle ambassador? If you go for 5 years, you don't think they'll eventually notice you? If you don't go for 6, 7, they may make you the VP of the company and say, I've never seen someone's resilient this long in my life. They may show up to your hometown and give you a $20,000 check and say, will you be in our next Chipotle commercial? Then you go in that Chipotle commercial and you are such a viral, bubbly TV star and you didn't even know it, that your commercial for Chipotle becomes a meme because you made that little smirk. And people are like, oh, it reminds me of the Grinch. You did that little smirk. And now you're doing Grinch meet and greets, making bank there. You build a career out of that. And now you're in a movie in Hollywood. Do you see how the slope works? The game works? So now I've revealed my dream. What's in it for you is, hey, you can come here and you can grow, and dream can become, a financial, it's not financial advice, but financial investment vehicle, whatever you want to call it, a gain, right? That's make money. There you go. Make money or grow. But now I want you to think even more about it, right? Because you're here for this ride. I'm here chasing a dream. If you're going to be here and you believe in this anyway, let's just make your dreams come true in the process because you have the power. And that was another big thing is what this does, the brick by brick mentality, is it makes you realize your dream is not out of your hands. You actually have the power. And almost everyone I come across believes it's on an outside source. Money. Yeah, I would, but I don't have the money. But you can start the TikTok. You can improve the video ideas. You can build your socials. You can scale it. You can take actions to do things. You can build your mind to get a better mindset, better content, better attitude. I get fired. I saw Thurston was here. I didn't even send him the invite yet. I saw Margie B retweeted this. I didn't even send her the invite yet. Hey, that gave me a little juice, gave me a little pep in my step. All right. So you have the power. Just know you have the power. You do. The power in your actions. So Raylan says, great tips. I'll have to give my goals some details. Yes, and this isn't even critique. There's no wrong answer here. It's clarity is power, right? Clarity is power. So if you can make it specific and you can make it tangible, now you can measure it, right? Because if it's not tangible, it's hard to measure. You can say like, yeah, I got some new meals, but my body didn't change. Well, were you consistent eating them? Where did you cheat? So some people take a food diary. There's whole levels to the goal that you want, that you desire. And your, show up is impactful on that. But yeah, good on you, Prince. Good on you. I have seen some improvements and I love it, man. You said, what's my TikTok? If I tell you my TikTok, just like my stuff, okay? Because I kept it secret because I don't want followers. I want people who want to see the content that I create, because the problem now is like people who used to follow me are there, and so they don't like stuff because like, oh, I'm not aligned with that. I'll still watch, but I'm not going to like anything, and you lose in the algorithm. So I'm like, I want people who want to see the content, engage with the content. So maybe we can talk. Maybe I'll share the TikTok. We can like each other's stuff. He says, clarity is power. If you can be specific and make it tangible. Yeah, it's great that you're listening. You can catch it. Clarity is power. It's a simple one. It's in the videos. So I would say overall, that's probably the message. Maybe we can build on that. Shout out to the few of you. You're in the MVP bucket. Raylan, Thurston, Prince, who all shared your dream. Wait, did Thurston say, yeah, I skipped him. I'm sorry, Thurston. I have moved closer, I think, just by recalibrating and pushing forward after a week where I was struggling to get traction. Recalibrating is a thing. If you spend, and that's the thing, right? We talked about people who waste a whole month, a whole year. You recognized you had a tough week and you said, how can I rebound? And that's why if you can get some clarity and you can break down your actions into something that you can, this would be the goal, right? Set a goal and find something that you can chip away at each day. So like TikTok, you could create one video a day, post one video a day. That is a tangible goal for a TikTok creator. If you want to scale it up, it would be 2 videos a day, right? And I can't talk because we'll follow each other, Prince. That I'm working on the same goal, so we'll see who blows up. Okay. Yeah, if you can take something, Thurston, that you can work on each day. It might be a micro thing, right? So you have the goal. I know I listened to some of your space with Sassy, and you said the goal and you felt like the Africa thing was good for you, getting involved and just finding an outlet, to serve in that. And so that's one thing. Maybe you only have a call meetup once a week or something, but maybe there's another element of it. So for example, this is just a random example, not saying you should do this, but if it was the charity front, maybe it's, okay, what books could I check out from the library that teach me how to open a formal charity? What's the legal framework of a charity? Is there something that you can put in your arsenal, right? So like one thing for me is I have this really huge dream. And one thing I can do each day if everything else fails is I can read a few pages of this textbook that serves that bigger dream. And then on top of that, since I do 20 minutes reading in the morning, I can at least get something positive in my mind. So I can say, okay, I failed everything, but at least I had some positive seeds planted in my head with some motivation and inspiration. And I read a few pages of a book that keep me in the framework or move me closer to the dream. Micro, small actions, right? So that's a little something. But I love it. I appreciate you guys being vulnerable and sharing what you're working on, as do I. I love these podcasts, dreaming in real time, documenting it. And then those of you who speak up, well, if we go back and listen, we can do a little check-in, right? So-and-so said this at this point in this time. They wanted to make it their best year ever, and let's pop in. So with the market, yeah. I mean, this is what I want to say. I want to shift a little bit now towards meme coins and Dream, but I feel good in cats. Like I see things going, like I looked at AI. I was like, oh, wow, AI is like dropping decently. AI has gone down decently. And so some people say, oh, is it so totally over or whatever? I feel pretty safe in cats because the cat wave has to come eventually. And then when I think about Dream, if the market goes away, I don't see it changing anything of our mission. The only thing it changes is how many people show up to the space as a whole, right? So excitement of the whole Web3 space changes with the market, but the dream doesn't change. You can still show up and move closer to your dream. We can still create content, work. We can still create. We can still meet people. Maybe it's not Web3 people. Maybe it's making videos that meet people out in the world. Maybe it's whatever it is for the plan, right? We got book club. Book club's coming back. Next book, if you want to take part, The Secret. Another tip for you, by the way, if you can't, if you're not in a position to buy a book, one, you could find the PDF online so you could read along if you so choose. This one's going to be available to everybody for free. But we'll also tell you how you can be on the inside. So you could also rent it from your library if you have a local library. You could check it out on PDF. We're going to go through this. This is all about law of attraction and manifestation 101. It's like the simplistic everything. So now, as you're going through this time, you can realize, oh man, it's not about the market. It's about how we carry ourselves, right? If you carry yourself in a certain way, you become a magnet. That is the purpose of Dream. Not to chase around, not to chase everyone. We want to be a magnet. That is why I'm kind of pulling back from maybe some of the shill and chills. I'll still do some, but I'm just going to go on rants. That's what the podcast is for. For me, I love to support other people, right? And people say, it's simple. You support me, I support you. That's a simple game. I like to support people because I like them. But for me, it's not a sustainable model because it's not because I don't want to support people. It's just because I'm a creator, right? And when you create, you can create your own energy. You can create your own magnetism. So for me, going out and creating a bunch of content could bring me a lot more, bring in a lot more energy or attention or whatever than maybe some more smaller tasks. So it's just like whatever your capabilities are, right? I feel like I'm a good creator. I don't need a job. I don't need a framework. And here's what I'm working on too. We need to talk about dreams. I said, man, if I can get myself my goal in crypto, right? We're all here for a purpose. I'd like to make some money in crypto too. It's not going to be from Dream. I realize that, but that's okay. I'm heavily invested in other things. If I can make that, just like all you guys, and I can buy some freedom of time, let's say it's a year or 2 years, I have 100% confidence if it's just me and my dreams, I can make them all come true. All I need is the ability to chase them. Now that's a perspective, right? It's just like all I need is just if I just don't have to work for this amount of time and you just let me be free and you give me the phones and I'm creating, like, yeah, I can create. Right? So you got to find your end, and maybe you don't have that luxury. Maybe that's a luxury you don't have, but you have the hours each night. If you work 40 hours a week, okay, what are you doing from 6 o'clock to midnight each night? Can you find 3 hours to work towards your dream? 3 hours is a lot to work towards the dream. Focused attention. Okay? So that's that little spiel. I hope that was decently, slightly helpful for some of you guys. It felt a little, oh, there's some more people up here. Iggy's in here. Libre. I like the lotto idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it actually for my Instagram, but I'm happy to do it on Twitter as well. And I'm going to tell you something crazy. The only reason I have to think about it. So my stance on the lottery has changed. I used to never play at all. And then I started learning about like what I revealed in a few episodes ago, that the lottery is literally just thoughts, and that thoughts control the entire reality. And it's literally like your belief in your thoughts. It magnetizes the win to you. And so my slight hesitation was I did start playing again and I'm like, but I know I'm going to win eventually in time. And so, yeah, I might have to wait until I don't want to reveal too much. Because by the way, if I win, you'd never know anyway. I'll say that right now. It would be anonymous. You'd never know anyway. Even if it's from someone from Florida, it doesn't matter. It could be someone in another state could claim it. You'd never know. Because the things that I value most are my thoughts, my ideas, the things I write down, the books that I buy. And I can live that life either way. I'm already gonna live my dream life whether I win the lottery or not. So you'd really never know. But yeah, that's how you know by the way, that's how you know you're in alignment with your dream. Who did I hear today? It was Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He was giving advice. It goes completely against Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate says, life isn't about being happy. It's about, making money, getting rich. You're broke. Get rich, right? Whatever that takes, whatever that is, even if you hate it. That's his advice. He's rich. He has Bugattis. Consider whether you want to adopt that or not. I listened to Jerry Jones, who is the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. I think he made it rich on oil. So maybe that's not a sexy thing, but hey, maybe it's riches in crypto. So he made it rich in oil, and then he bought a football team and he did all this stuff. And he said, my biggest advice is do what you're passionate about. Do what you love. He loves football. He loves the Cowboys. And for me, that's a self-awareness right now. Obviously, some of you are here in crypto trying to make that money, but that's why we're trying to expand. Great. You want the money. You have a big dream, but your dream is your purpose. Your dream is your passion. So bring it here and let's group mastermind, group attack, group progress. And it's simultaneous. You're going to be in Fartcoin anyway, maybe. Be a part of the dream and chase your dream. That's the angle. That's your passion. Your dream is two-tier. Sometimes dream comes off as Ferrari and Rolex and house, but then there's another layer to the dream. That dream is, okay, you've accepted the fact that the world takes money to go around. So if you had unlimited money, what would you do? Right? Because you say, I want to be rich so I can do what? That 2A is dream with a purpose. What's the purpose? What do you want to do with your life? Personally, I've come to the conclusion that part of your mission on life is to serve. So the most fulfilling dreams are not selfish ones, actually. Oh, I want to be rich and go to the Knicks game every day, right? Shout out to Dave. But if Dave goes alone every time, will he find full fulfillment? Or would he want to enjoy it with a friend or a family member? Because that's what makes it valuable to him, right? So this whole operation on World and Dreams is about involving other people, finding purpose and passion, uplifting, serving in some way, benefiting humanity, and fulfilling your own passion within. Those are the best kind of dreams. Those are the best kind. So that was a good litmus test to me when I just said out loud, if I won the lottery, what would change? Would I log off here with you dreamers? No, I'd still be here. I'm just going to go through it. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't upgrade my car right away. I'd still probably live. I wouldn't go buy a house. I wouldn't do any of that stuff. I'd do my travel goals right away. So that's the only thing. I'm waiting a little bit on those. I'd do the travel, but I'm probably going to do that anyway. I'd probably hook up my mom. So that'd be one thing different. Maybe I'd buy a couple more suit jackets, no watches, no jewelry. I'd get prepackaged meals instead of cooking. I hate cooking. So I'd get some, frozen healthy stuff. That'd be for a season. To be fair, that'd be for a season, right? But obviously then things can change more over time. But I'm just trying to say that, like, I'm where I want to be. It's not like this is part of the dream. I love speaking to the dreamers that are here. My vision doing these streams and stuff. Like, I'm doing these streams now at Disney. So I can't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Halloween, but maybe next week I'll go to Disney World. I'm going to do a live stream. May not be interesting to you guys, no worries. But for me, the ideal would be if 20 people who like Disney and have a dream attend that stream, and I can talk about things that can help them make that a reality. That brings me fulfillment. I am there enjoying my time, and I am inspiring and uplifting others. That fills my cup. And obviously it's multifaceted because we want to build a large community of dreamers. So we want to bring them to one place, right? So it's sort of like a form of a magnet. So I got to figure that out. So yeah, I realize I say a lot, write a lot, like a lot. Prince is in the building. He says, I'm thinking about getting suits too. Nice, bro. I think I've seen you in a suit somewhere. Pretty sharp, pretty sharp. You got it. You should find... I would love to see an expansion of content, right? So you do your TikTok. I'd love to see right now Prince is going for the sex appeal, man. Prince is out here saying do do do. But honestly, there's people who do that. There's a million ways to do it. So if that's your strategy, dive in deeper. Maybe they want to hear you talk, right? But there's so many different ways to make videos. I'm curious to see, how your goalposts, messaging, speak, no speak, videos, content, shock, whatever it's going to be for you. I tried something with AI. We'll share with you. It looked great. By the way, guys, all this dream stuff, share this in the chat all day if you so feel willing. Maybe it's we got to get it together first, but hearing your guys' dreams and the progress, that's so exciting to me. That's what I love to talk about. Let's pump each other up. Raylan says, funnily enough, I actually have a blue suit with a red tie. This was before Dreamcat. No, Raylan, this was destiny. That's what that was. I have a red tie too. I just, I don't know. Why do I not wear the tie? I just felt like this is a little bit more approachable. I thought about wearing the sunglasses as well, but that's also a little bit less intimate. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit, just keeping a little bit loose, but blue jacket. But I do want to get some new suits, definitely. Actually, one thing I want to do, side note, since we're just all sharing here, is I want to do, so I was kind of trying to mimic Walt a little bit, Walt Disney, and he does some of the old school suits. And what's crazy is this is like a flex, but not a flex, but I'm just an open book. So there are nice like quality suits that you can buy new at the store, but some of the OG stuff, if you can just get it to fit your body, here locally in the States, you can go to Goodwills, and you can go to these Goodwills and you can get a suit jacket for $7.99. You can get suit pants for $9.99. So you can get an entire get up for 17, 18, 20 bucks. And when I dressed up as Carl Fredricksen from Up, I was looking for a brown, ugly suit. I found it at the Goodwill. I wore OG, probably 1990s brown suit. And guess what? The 40 and 50-year-old women were hitting on me through the windows. They were, coming out of their shop in downtown Charlotte, like, excuse me, young man, I just have to tell you, it is such a breath of fresh air to see someone dressed so handsome like they used to. And I actually agree with that. So if we want to make a ripple in Nigeria and Australia and North Dakota, I think, shoot, maybe we should just start dressing the part. And this is something I'm thinking about too. I don't do it yet because I only have like 2 suits, 3 suits. I don't want to wear the same thing all the time, even though I stick to the blue here. But that's something I want to do as well. Just dressing the part out and about. This is another component. Let's just talk about it. So becoming the person you want to be, a lot of it is imagination, right? We've talked about this. Thoughts are things. You want to see yourself, feel yourself as that thing. So make believe and pretend is actually like pushing you in motion towards the big goal or the big dream. So if you want to be big shot CEO someday, then you can practice by dressing the part, even if you are the cashier at Walmart. So you wouldn't wear that to the store, but maybe as soon as you get off work, you change out your outfit, you wear this, you go to Chipotle to get your lunch, and you dress the part. And when you walk, how you carry yourself is how other people will treat you based on how you carry yourself. That's something I noticed. Man, I dress up and suddenly it's sir. And they don't know. Same thing with streaming, by the way. How to get attention? Man, held that little stick. The microphone alone. When I stopped with the stick and I just had a microphone with the blue light in the center, I'd say 3-4 times as many people looked at me just because of that. So now maybe I just put Dreamcat right on that shirt, slap the mic there. Now what? Put it on the back, right? Curiosity. The game is hackable, dreamers. The game is hackable. I really believe, look, if you may have a expiration date if you're trying to go to the NBA or the NFL, but a lot of dreams are timeless. You want to open that bakery, you can do that if you're 20, you can do it if you're 65. Either way, you can do that dream, right? It's all possible. It's just putting all the magic together. Let's dream chase. Let's dream chase. For the Dreamcat community, the goal is the goal. The dream's the dream. I think I got off track because of Iggy, but he's saying he likes the lotto idea. That's cool. I do want to do that. The reason I didn't want to do it immediately is because I'm like, oh shoot, I'm about to win. Like I could win. I have these lucky numbers. But when that ticket expires, I grabbed a few recently because I think it's at like $750 million right now. Soon in the future, I think that's a good idea just to add that in. Always doing a Powerball. Simply engage with it, retweet, tag 2 friends, and you're entered to win. If I win, you win. Dream. Come on. Easy. If you steal my idea, I'm suing you. And I'm taking all your lottery winnings that you win. Yeah. Okay, we got some jokes. My cat has more ties than me. Which one? Don't you have like 3? All right. Let's shuffle over to the quote of the daisy. The quote of the daisy. Let's see. Did I pull it in? I pulled it to the side. I don't know if I pulled it up. I didn't, but it's right over here on my desktop. We'll swing it over. I apologize. I feel like it was a little choppy on today's stream. But hey, you show up, you get a nugget, you clip, and whoever was here got the good stuff, and you get better. Quote of the day, here it comes. Each tiny effort builds on the next so that brick by brick, magnificent things can be created. Robin Sharma. Think of it. Each tiny effort. Hey guys, smash this raid. Hey, Iggy just dropped a new dream piece of content. Great, we'll put it in the library. Maybe that one's the one. Hey, let's retweet this. Hey, be that one comment. Be that you're that one person who shows up in TG. That other person shows up. How about for your dream? Hey, you posted a TikTok today. What if that TikTok's the one? How about the guy who was riding the skateboard with the cranberry juice? That one thing blew him up. He went viral. How do you know that one's not going to be the one? Each tiny effort compounds. It builds on to the next. So what we do today, level up this a little bit, add, bring back the Dreamers Library, bring back the Telegram chats to the next, to the next, to the next. So that brick by brick, magnificent things could be created. That's what I see as I watch the market go down and I watch sentiment go down and I watch people say it's so totally over. I read an email that says, I sold all my bags. It's just too risky right now. The risk versus reward. There's not really a risk in dream. There is, but there isn't. No financial advice, can't promise anything. But the dream is just bigger than charts. That's the thing. The dream's just bigger than charts. So we'll be creating all the same either way. And then we want to chase the dream too. We want to get to that point. Is that where we'll become the anomaly? Is that where the dominoes will start to fall? And people say, oh, shoot, everyone's logging off and they're getting stronger. I need to own this because it's one of one in its own right. There's been some people are one of one in their own right, but we don't fit into a category. We're a cat, yes. We're Solana-based meme, yes. We are like Thurston and Ninja Cat, that we are web meme coins 2.0, positivity, building the right way, docs founders, yes. But it's different. The dream is just a mascot. He's not a meme. It's for a bigger purpose, a bigger mission, a big freaking mission, a dream. How exciting. And man, I was at Hollywood. I was at Epcot and they had the fireworks show and they basically like Lion King'd us. They're like, we're all connected. It's all the circle of life. We're all one. And they did this crazy fireworks show. I was like, inspired me. Yeah. To dream. I love it. I think that's the gist. Pump the chart when you win. You know what I love? Okay. You want to know some of my thoughts? I got to make sure. I got to think first. Thoughts. All right. Let me think of this out. By the way, the reason I pull your guys' comments up and down is because I realize the banners mess up clip making. So I try to pull them up briefly and pull them away. Pump the chart when you win. I kind of thought about this today. I imagined a lot of things. I like to move. So like some people say nothing's happening, right? So a flex in my head would be, oh, the market cap's 80K. And people are like, oh, this thing's never going to go up, never going to move. And then I just put in a buy for 85K, right? And I just say, sell whatever you want. Just know we're building the largest community dreamers in the world. Well, that would probably mess with a lot of people's minds and be like, oh my gosh, this is not a normal meme coin. I did have that thought today, that exact thought. I thought about other things. I thought about lottery or not. Man, I was just honestly, I like Popcat. I believe in Popcat. So I'm like, man, people don't believe it gets lower and lower. Like, what if I'm just the catalyst? So some people say like, oh, this big whale and like so-and-so's buying and this. And I'm like, I think that maybe I'll just buy 1% of Popcat, do this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's just like creating your own wave because you're the believer. Right. And that's kind of what does things like, oh, people are buying SPX because Murad believed and he's painting this vision. Everyone's following. That's why he has a $30 million wallet, by the way. So that's kind of a little lesson there is that if you are the visionary and you have some deeper reasons why, I mean, you can kind of create your own outlet. But what I'd really love to do, Libre, is win and not do it. Because what I love is I take pride in the fact that it feels like I have a stacked deck of cards in my back pocket, right? So some people say, oh man, Dream's not doing anything. It feels good to have cards. If you have cards, you should play them, right? At some point in time. But it would almost be even more empowering to know, okay, if you have infinite money, let's say you win, you have $500 million, then you could give Dream a little pump and superficially pump at any time. But imagine if you just didn't. And you just actually like grind along and the people just had to deal with it. But you got along to 3 to 5. How much more powerful it would be. You know what I mean? And so I feel good about that. I feel good. Like we have some social equity. Someone will have to, put in buy somewhere along the way. You got to get that triggered. But I think it's a domino effect because we have people know and people understand the only thing that makes people buy so far is the chart. But that's also why, it's not maybe it's not all the people that you want in yet. Maybe you want to give those positions to true believers. So, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's hard for me when I can't make money on the Dream, or I could, but yes, perhaps if I won, I would throw some in. Or you could just, hey, I'm giving away $10,000 to 100 people who like the post. So people, if you guys all want to take part, you can put a little bit in there, get your Dream equity. You can hold that for a long time. But yeah, no, it's good to dream. And so what's cool is full rant mode now is that's some dreaming I did today. Imagination. It was a very beautiful day. Woke up early, thoughts going in the head, went for a walk, sun shining on me. I'm reading my goals. And as I go through the goals, I'm imagining the things in my mind. So the lottery was one. I imagined a multitude of things. Slow down, stop to think about it. I imagined creating movies, right? About making movies. I imagined a scene in the movie. I imagined a movie in my head today where a character woke up in bed and it just started to get juicy and then it ended. So like you thought the movie was over, then it gave you a whole, and it said like, come in for part 2, right? I imagine an entire scene in an animated movie in my own mind today while on a walk. So that's the power of visualization. Imagination creates thoughts, create things, create ideas. That lotto ticket thing came up today. I'm still going to buy and don't pump until I have more. How do you know I didn't already win, buddy? Remember there was that 1.4 billion jackpot that was split? I could be toying with the world right now. What's up, Sushi Vada 916? Welcome. All right. I think that's all I got. Quote of the day, but there is an outro. I'd like you to stick around. There's an outro. We're going to test it. So when I end this stream, a 6-minute video should begin, debuting for the first time ever. I forgot what I even talked about. I may go on my phone and watch it myself from the listener point of view. But we have an outro that we're going to try, and we're experimenting with things. Hey, we're debuting an outro this week for the first time ever. That's more improvement. The lighting. What do we think about this? I'm brighter now. Does this look better than last week or worse in your opinion? You probably won't have time to type in the chat, maybe in the outro, but always curious of the opinion. I think it looks better, so maybe we'll roll with it. But that's all I got, guys. That's Dream Talk, Dreamers University edition. We got more good topics coming. Positive attitude, letting go of your past baggage, the sacrifices you'll have to make to get to your dream. A few more things in the pipeline. So look forward to those. Prince, we'll have to talk about TikTok a little bit, maybe exchange, follow, and improve there. But yes, we'll have another one, same time, Thursday, 7 p.m. EST next week. Happy Halloween for all who celebrate. To me, it's just one day closer to Christmas. So very excited for that. Holy crap, I tried to cheat, you guys. I didn't even do any giveaways. I was trying to just be a scammer. Scam. I made it this far without being a scammer and just saved it all up. 19 months plot. Sorry. Giveaways are off the table. All right. All right, let's take a look. 20 notifications. Someone retweeting our stuff? Let's go to the board. Here we go. Let's take a look. Bonga, Starseed with the retweet. What's going on here? I see some Iggy. There's never a perfect time. Just get started. We'll put that on the timeline. Iggy, you should tell people about this, bro. So it looks, you know what? You don't have to tell anyone. So I noticed, he didn't tell me about it. He didn't mention it, but Libre, right? This is believer number one. If you guys didn't know, you're watching here. So Libre's part of the dream team. Everyone part of the dream team is sort of informal. It's like you get your bag and, you know, we all work for our bags and we work together. So believer number one, I noticed he created this group. It says freedom. This would be an example of taking an action, not waiting for permission. He taps in the motivational stuff. He's kind of getting in the self-help. He kind of likes it. This is my own observation. We didn't talk about it. And so now he's using his character who he created. And he's like, I'm already saying all these motivational quotes. Let me just move it. Dude, freaking love this one. Let me just move it into content, right? And so I noticed he did this. Cool stuff. Fire. It's on his brand. Holy crap, dude. You put out like 4 or 5 of these a day. You must have a lot. I didn't want to go. I would retweet this if I didn't just retweet 2. So look, this is right up my alley. So Libre is going to get some pump from Dream. So he made this group. Why don't you check it out and join it? Yeah, I'm already in. So it's just a collection maybe of content for people who want to see this on their feed. I love it. I think it's a positive thing. A cool thing. Just created it and boom. That's proof of how can we move closer to the dream, because Iggy's talking to you right here. What's his dream? We've already talked about it before. Freedom, right? So for him, if he's seeing the impact of meme coins, he's believer number one. He sees something here. He says, well, maybe Dream is that freedom play for me. And maybe content, I mean, what's going to be the power of believer number one if Dream does become what we dream of, right? Just listen to Dogecoin Millionaire. He's got opportunities all over because of that name. So shout out to Libre for branding himself. Pretty cool. Love to see it. All right. So going through the mentions, I feel like I'm moving closer to my dream day by day just by showing up and continue to push even when it's hard. Man, that's something to talk about right there, bro. It is hard. I feel the hard often. I'm like, damn, it is hard. I feel it completely. It wears on you. It's normal to feel that way. Hey, Fluffy. First time I've seen Fluffy in a while. Shout out to Fluffy. Hi, Fluffy. If you're still with us, I'm a Fluffy fan. Show up. Bubba Gump. Fresh. Good to have you here, man. Oh. Oh. Okay, we missed a few people. All right, so let me check in on the retweets here. So you're seeing this with me. Retweets. Okay, so I got to add this gentleman here to list number 1. I got Fresh on there. Ola Tills. That's all I can read. Okay, and Libre. All right, let's do giveaway number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got to do a number generator. 1 through 7. Number generator. 1 through 7, and knock out these giveaways. Sorry, I tried to squeeze out of them. 1 through 7. First number is 7. That is the guy who was just on the screen. Ola, last person I wrote on the list. Congrats to you. Next up, we have MVPs, people who basically dropped some comments. We just went through the comments, right? People who showed some love in the comments. Okay, Iggy dropped some love. I saw a few people who dropped a little bit of love here. And then also in the stream, we look at that as well. Raylan, Prince, Libre, Thurston. Oh, Cat's Crypto. Have you played Cat, man? He stopped by for a little bit. I appreciate that. I'll throw him in there. A few comments. We'll add Cats. We'll add Libre. 1 through 5. Giveaway number 2, 1 through 5. Bing bong. Generate. 1. That is Libre, who went straight to the top of the list. Congrats, Libre. And there was a secret code word. I'll tell you what. Watch the outro. If you're still here, today's code word is the outro. If you're still here, I'm going to play it. Let's see if it works. And comment something on the outro so I know you watched it. It has to be intentional, something that I said in the video. So I'm going to let that play. That's all we got. I'll look at those comments, and I'll drop these giveaways in the Telegram chat. I'll be in there shortly. So thank you, guys. We'll catch you on the next one next week. Shut it down. Let's see if this outro works. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot, Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack, stack, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dream Cat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.